Good to be back. It's good to be into the semi-finals here. Finally, my co-caster is going to be going to grab a mic of his own, but we are into the last of the semi-finals. We've already played the other semi-finals, and we've got down to BotLaneOP versus Team Destiny. As Scrub Phoenix was just saying before, we have Destiny on blue and BotLaneOP on the red side for game 1, and that will alternate as we get into game 2, and then they'll swap back if it goes to game 3. What do you think? Do you think it's going to go to a game 3?
It's too hard to tell, but with this rainy weather, I reckon we're going to see 3 games because no one wants to go outside at the moment. So
just that's the motivation. They'll drop game 2 just because they don't want to go out into the rain just yet. I like it.
Loud enough.
All right.
Test.
We're about ready
Test
to
one,
go. I
test two.
think
Test one, test
both
two.
teams are in pick order. Everybody seems to have their key bindings set up, and I believe we're ready to go.
Okay.
And we're into Champion Select. Team Destiny will have the luxury of the first ban and pick in this, and it looks like Bard is going to be the first one taken off the table.
He is a pretty annoying champion at the moment, but maybe it's for their team comp, but we'll see what the rest of the bans are before we make any assumptions.
Yeah, no, when you're in solo queue, Bard's an excellent ban because not only do you not have to deal with an enemy team member having it, but you also take it away from the support on your team. It can just completely stuff you up. So beautiful. And Tom Kench taken away. He's very powerful at the moment, making basically any team comp you want to run much, much safer, allowing for a lot more aggressive champions to play much more dangerously because of his get-out-of-jail-free card.
Yeah, I'd consider him pretty overpowered at the moment, but it looks like we have a Vayne ban here. I'm guessing they just don't like Vayne in general because he shouldn't be banned. She shouldn't be banned anytime soon. So
yeah, and we have seen Vayne pulled out by BotLaneOP in the past, and we know BotLaneOP's bot lane is OP. That is a sentence, and it did make sense. All right, Graves, another one taken off the board. Whoa, my volume's fluctuating.
Hey, okay, it's good. Yeah, Graves, the most powerful jungler at the moment. It is banned in Korea a lot. If you want to pick it up, learn Graves and get yourself out of bronze and silver, he's the champion to pick. Pretty much can take out Lee Sin level 3, level 6. Pretty much the best jungler at the moment. So. And
the ability to kill Lee Sin is what determines your validity as a jungler. Ari being taken out as well. Interesting that we haven't seen our traditional bans, so Annie has been left open for the first time in this year, I think. Annie didn't make it through the big ban phase. No, did Annie get picked last week in the other match? I can't remember.
Me neither. No.
Well, Mundo's been that last ban there. And that means he will not be going wherever he pleases. He has been restricted to the sin bin. What can we expect for a first pick here? There's a lot of powerful champions still made available. Who do you think we're going to see Waldo the Lime hover on first?
If they're going to... Well, Lissandra is very strong at the moment, but I'm surprised Elise is open. She's a very strong champion still. But yeah, it looks like they locked in Lissandra.
Apparently, they locked in Lissandra. I'm having a weird visual bug where it's not actually showing me the champion up there, but that is Lissandra. We'll see if the next locked-in champions show up.
You got the ghost machine.
Apparently.
You can't even see anything. But I'll tell you right now, Kim Chief's hovering over Lee Sin at the moment. I don't know what's going on.
This is the weirdest bug. I've never seen this before. My apologies, guys. We're off to a resounding start. I don't think this technical difficulty is our fault, though. I think this is a big pardon? Okay, yeah, no, I can see it over here as well. That's alright. So is that okay. So apparently the people on the stream get to see who's being picked and who's being banned, but you guys who came all the way down here to see the live event are deprived of that. But we'll do our best to describe the comps as they come out. So it looks like Lee Sin and Na were the first 2 picks picked up here by BotLaneOP. Yes. It was weird. It wasn't doing this when we were testing things earlier either, so it just must be a weird bug. Hopefully it's a once-off and doesn't come up in Game 2. That's it. We test these things, we make sure that we get all the technical stuff out of the way, and then
something happens.
Anything happens when it's a live event.
John Cena happens.
Okay,
anyway.
So Corky has been locked in. We still are yet to see the second champion being hovered over here. Aceco still has not made up his mind about which one they want to prioritize here.
Exactly. Well, I'll talk a little about Corky. Out of all the AD carries, he has the strongest mid-game once you build his first 2 items with pen boots. He also has the ability to rocket ship all the way across the map if he likes. And
yeah, he also does have a lot of pressure that he adds into the bot lane just in terms of pushing power. He can quite easily clear a whole bunch of waves in a very short amount of time, meaning that a lot of pressure will be on BotLaneOP's bot lane to play a little bit more defensively or behind the line, which means it will be easier for them to accept jungle ganks if such a strategy is used. But Corky will be able to dictate that. So it looks like, who'd they lock in there? I can't see who that is.
Morgana and Tristana.
No, the other on the
Kindred.
Kindred was locked in. All right. So, and we got Morgana and Tristana locked in on the red side for BotLaneOP. Got a hover of Gangplank and Thresh coming up here. Gangplank has been seeing a lot of play in a lot of the professional scenes. Looks like Hover's going to change over to a whole bunch of different champions and troll us. Thanks a lot for that.
Well, they're hovering over the Ezreal pick, probably the most overpowered champion at the moment. If they pick it, they'll definitely have an advantage in the late game and the mid game.
So now that they know that they're going against Tristana, who is quite good, who has to push the lane just as a result of her AoE damage passive whenever she last hits a minion, do you think that Ezreal will be played in the AD spot or in the mid lane?
Well,
if the Ezreal's locked in at all, because now they've changed to Zed. Again, they're just... This is really difficult without you guys being able to see the screen. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they've locked in.
Zed and Alistair locked in.
Yeah, they've locked in Zed, but they're not sure what they're going to play mid lane, so Zed's a very safe pick in lane. He can farm safely. And we got the Mad Cow Alistair. I wish they'd give him a John Cena skin, so I would like to see Alistair go in there and make some stuff happen.
That'd be great. I kind of want to see an Alistair Thanos skin from the Marvel movies once that comes out. I think they might have a few copyright issues to deal with, but they've overcome less things. What was that? Nautilus is the last pick?
Nautilus, the support, and it looks like we've got Morgana in the mid lane. So
mid Morgana, I like it. So that Black Shield is not going to be preventing a lot against Zed, who's going to be dealing entirely physical damage and doesn't really bring out a lot of CC with his kit. So you got to guess that Lyssandra's probably going to go top.
Yes, Lyssandra's a standard top lane pick now, relatively safe, can farm easily, and can all-in someone as soon as she builds her Rod of Ages.
Yeah, how do you think, what's the matchup between Lysandra and Gnar going to look like?
Well, knowing Gnar, he's just going to poke all day till Lee Sin comes up, so chances are there's going to be a first blood fight in the top lane. Kindred, very strong, can take on Lee Sin, but if Lee Sin builds correctly, should be able to take out Kindred and nullify her ultimate and other abilities.
Yeah, so we're onto the 3-minute delay now, but I want to point out that Team Destiny here have quite a lot of burst. Corky is capable of just high spikes of damage, just blow all of his cooldowns at once. Zed, of course, being very, very bursty, can just... and he can go for the kill. There's a big target that appears above their head to indicate that. And Lysandra is going to be great for both damage and doing that initiation there. And you've just got Kindred and Alistair that are just going to be adding to that team comp quite nicely.
Exactly. So both team comps, they're really good in their own respects. Tristana's got a lot of peel.
A very tanky bot lane OP comp. Look at that. We've got Gnar, we've got Lee Sin, we've got the Black Shield from Morgana and Nautilus. That's a lot of defensive abilities coming in there. So
purple team with the Tristana comp, they're going to be looking to push down towers as much as they can. Blue team do have good wave clear, so we'll have to see what happens in the mid game.
Yeah, and it is quite possible we might not see in bot lane versus bot lane. We may see the lane swap that we have seen previously. So it'll be interesting to see what strategy these guys decide they're going to introduce to us tonight.
Yeah, well, it's going to be very exciting. I reckon this is going to go to 3 games, and we're going to have a hell of a show.
That's quite a call, because Team Destiny had by far the strongest season out of all of the teams, and BotLaneOP was able to just get through the 4th place tiebreaker. So this is the hardest seed for BotLaneOP, statistically speaking, but the compositions are looking quite... Do I want to say even? I don't think I want to say even. I want to say a lot of options available to both people, because if the bot lane OP get behind it, they can kind of mitigate a lot of the burst by building a lot of tank stats and thus reducing the snowball advantage that they would otherwise have.
And I also forgot that Nar existed in purple team. If he can get into the right position and be able to do a lot of CC, and Morgana can follow up very easily. So
and you're the person who can actually see the screen that has Nar
exactly.
on it. No one else out here knows.
So
If you guys had forgotten that Nar was part of the composition, that'd be fair. Shame on you, sir.
Yeah.
No, because we can't see summoner spells either, we should probably run over those for the crowd here. We've got teleport being taken up by both top laners, respectively. We have, of course, ignite for both junglers. Not ignite, smite for both junglers, ignite for mid laners. Heal for both AD carries, and we have exhaust on both supports.
Oh, I really wanted to see Alistair with Ignite. You just got to go all in with the cow. You just got to do it. Like, if you don't do it, then there's no point playing the cow. So,
well, maybe they're going for a little bit of safety in that. Maybe they... Actually, I'm not sure what they use the exhaust on. There's not many prime targets for that. Maybe an out-of-control Lee Sin would be fitting for it. But
yeah, if Lee Sin snowballs and exhaust would be nice. But
yeah. All right, looks like we're going to get to the loading screen so you guys can actually see the champions for the first time.
Oh.
It'll go to a black screen for about 6 of...
There is a...
Static. That's what we're hoping for.
There's
static.
a ghost in the machine. No. Something is
Give us a second, guys.
Did the server just crash? I think it died. Did it die?
I just unplugged the HDMI cable. It's all right. Don't panic.
If it doesn't work, just plug it into my computer.
Plug it into yours?
You guys are never going to see the champions. We're going to load it into the screen. It's just going to be Summoner's Rift and Minions, and that's it. So we tested this before we started. I promise, guys. This is uncharacteristically terrible. Here we go. No. I need an adult. Try what now? That's what she said. All right, we've got a pause here that's coming in. I'm just going to keep you guys updated because apparently the live stream is still working. So I've got to keep that going. But even though you guys can't see, I'm going to try and do one-handed tech support while I do this. No champions in the champion select and then static. HDMI. It's so weird. Wonder if this pause time is for us. I don't think so. We wouldn't have the display issues beforehand. Looks like the unpause is going to be coming in now. I'm glad you guys are here to watch this live. I'm so excited for you guys.
Oh, this is the best.
Here we go. So they're under the rift, believe it or not. I will inform you people watching the stream when everyone else can see it again. But
it has to be the rain. It has to be the rain. I blame the rain for this.
Blame it on the rain, I believe. That's a 1980s song reference for
a little bit.
Who don't
Just
know
a
what
little
we're
bit.
talking about. Looks like everyone's going to be going for pretty much standard, not overly aggressive beginnings. They're going to be trying to secure their own jungle creeps and make sure that they're not counter jungled all at the same time, which is a common strategy that we see at this current state in the meta anyway. So I didn't actually get to see. What's the name of that Lee Sin skin?
I didn't see it. You'll have to go onto it.
Let's have a look.
Muay Thai? No.
No, that's not Muay Thai. He's got a shirt on.
Yeah, mother.
Minions have spawned.
I'm just going to go into my settings while we wait on this.
It's alive. Yes, it's alive.
Right, the time is up. Hey, we're back on. Fantastic. Not sure. What was the problem there, boss? We don't know. Whatever the theoretical problem was has been apparently fixed. I think we replaced the HDMI cable. I think that's what happened. All right, but looks like it is going to be Morgana versus Zed in the mid lane. Got to think that favors the Zed.
Yeah, definitely. Zed's definitely got that dueling potential, but assuming Morgana will go Spell Feast Blade and
Lee Sin being very aggressive. He's hit level 2, doesn't have a jungle buff. It looks like he's going to come over here.
He wants to invade this Kindred.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens right
Smite Wall, 58 gold, goes to Lee Sin. He's going to get the kill onto Ace. Forcing a flash.
Nice flash.
Very nice juking there. Looks like he's actually going to get away, but Lee Sin definitely came out ahead on that one. Very nice invade there from Kim Chief.
Exactly, like Kindred behind is really weak, so if we're going to see Lee Sin invade some more, it would be pretty fun to see that.
Oh, level 2, he's been hit. Tails hits the death, not the death sentence, the anchor hook onto that. Doesn't get much of a trade out of it, and another pause has come in. Well, it's all good. Of the technical difficulties that we've had so far, I'm sure this one is not nearly the biggest. Here we go. Resuming the game now. All right. So we've got Destiny still level 1 versus this level 2 combo, but they just ticked over there.
We're going to go here to the top lane. Looks like Nah was really struggling with CS and Lissandra being the lane bully that she is.
Yeah, he's just hit Mega Nah, so he's going to get back a little bit of that HP. But it didn't look like the trend was going in his favor when we looked up there for a moment.
So the only discrepancy is in the top lane in terms of CS. Nautilus and Tristana pushing lane expected. We're going to hopefully see some plays once Kindred gets going down there. Morgana naturally pushes. Well, they're all going to be pushed lanes by the looks of it, except for Nah's lane.
Yeah,
so.
I think they're waiting for the wave to crash and for Iron Sigma to be forced to come back, and then Lee Sin's using that as a get out of jail free card to go over to the other side of the map. Just ignore this, guys. There we go. All right, sorry about that. All right, that was interesting. Where were we? I completely lost my flow. All right, so Lee Sin's just picked up the Wraith. Looks like he's going for another aggressive jungle. Oh, no, looks like he was thinking about it. He was absolutely thinking about it, but he's changed his mind. He's like called up to the top lane.
If he actually did, just look at Kindred's health.
Oh, yeah. That would have been it would have been a good time to venture over there. So good jungling instincts.
I think he was being nice, to be honest. I would have definitely invaded that area.
I think Integra might have called him up here for a gank because just of how pushed Waldo is, but ganking Alessandra is extremely difficult. She has just so many different ways of getting out of that. Oh, there she goes. She's going to use that. She's get out of jail free. Look at that. And yeah, she's going to waste a little bit of this blue buff duration and Lee Sin's time.
Exactly. So useful tip number 1, if you want to stop Lissandra from traveling, make sure you CC her as soon as she casts that spell. And she won't be able to get out as easily. Most Lissandra players panic and they die. So.
That's right. Well, they had very good vision down the river here, so they saw Lee Sin coming in from this trajectory. So the second Lee Sin showed up there, she started moving there before anyone could possibly see her in that position.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that Morgana's losing the CS war. She's just usually the CS queen in the mid lane. But
yeah, let's see how she's skilled up here. Looks like she has gone for 3 points in Tormented Soul, so you're absolutely right. She should be winning the CS lead.
Yeah, so I don't know why she's losing. Maybe she's just having a bad night, but we'll see
possibly, how we go. But Zed's doing very well. He's 10 CS up on his lane opponent, and yeah, it's looking pretty universal. So very aggressive. A flash forced out in a 1v1. It's going to force Morgana to go back to town while he has the minion wave pressure.
So
he's going to get this to crash. He's going to get the experience advantage and the gold advantage from taking down this cannon minion. That's a huge win for Zed.
He's pretty much going to be half an item up on this Morgana, and it's I want to see a level 6 fight. And with a flashless Morgana, we're probably going to see her first blood.
It'll be level 6 versus level 5, so Morgana's going to have to play that very carefully. Zed's taken that time, and he's almost getting to double of the CS at this point. That's a huge, huge issue. It's 6 minutes into the game, being over 20 up. Oh, nice two-man hit there.
just loud. So we have the Cow in the bot lane support just displaying his dominance as Nautilus is trying to hook him all the time, but nothing's happening. So they're level 5. We'll probably come back down to this lane in another minute and see what happens.
Yeah, so it looks like Lysandra is now 10 CS in front of Nah, and was already winning the trades, but now she's gone and picked up a Catalyst as a protector. That's going to give her huge amounts of lane sustain at the leveling point, so she can play very aggressively. Nah's using this time to go back, but Lysandra's a very fast pusher, so you can imagine he's going to be in the exact same scenario he was when he recalled, unless he blows his teleport.
Exactly. A lot of AP casters. Oh, it looks like we have a champion in the bot lane.
Well, Tails very aggressive,
Nautilus
going down very low.
down,
Teleport coming in the bot lane.
Oh, this is a
blue
big
on
fight.
Tip.
First blood
Chip's
goes
got
to
out.
Lysandra.
First blood to Lysandra with the big minion wave push here.
Oh my goodness, the knockdown of Lysandra is just amazing. If you just landed on someone, they just rooted there forever, and it resulted in a first blood.
I'm just going to just go back in time just a few seconds, because it looks like Nah has in fact blown both his flash and his teleport. Here, I want to see what's happened, because normally he would teleport back to lane at this point. Where did he lose that during all this? So he's teleporting in, very late, and then
he
flashed. Oh dear, that's going to be devastating. 2 very important cooldowns.
I don't know if that was a potato move, but I'm going to call that the potato bait flash.
Move. Oh, and there was that kill.
And they get a kill.
Kill and a dragon in fast forward. Let's go back and watch
Zed's
that.
taunting Lee Sin.
Let's go back in time and watch that 1v1
I think
versus
a lot has
Morgana.
happened in the last 30 seconds anyway.
It was a very busy 30 seconds. I'm sorry, I distracted you all. All right, so level 7 Zed to a level 6 Morgana. The camera decides it wants to move away. We know what's going to happen. 1 cooldown. Zed gets down a shadow there.
Got level 6.
Big trade of damage out there. Decides to all in under the tower. Both ignites are down. Flashes out.
Very standard play there
Very
from Zed.
nice. And then, of course, they use that huge gank, teleport gank that came from Lysandra from the top lane to secure that dragon. Zed having just a fit in the mid lane. Overjoyed with himself. Yeah. Very impressed with his own ability. Nice work, Iron Sicker.
Very nice place by Zed, by the way. Now he has a commanding lead on Morgana, and he's just going to keep... Oh! He is not so blind after all.
That's right.
He's been taunting Lee Sin the last 30 seconds and got paid for it.
The unseen Hadouken is the deadliest.
And he still had flash too, but he probably realized it would waste it if he landed the Q anyway. So.
It was smart of him not to blow that flash, unlike some certain Yordle in the top lane that we saw earlier. So, all in all, the gold lead's only 1k up, but we do have a dragon, and we do seem to have basic lane dominance everywhere. Oh, Tristana's gone in! Looks like Morgana's black shielding herself. Conditioner looks fairly safe, but they don't have minion waves to really tower dive that
very
safely.
mistimed gank there. I think they gave it away. They should have waited another second longer.
Zed's moving to intercept. We've got he's not been spotted.
Oh,
the binding at long range. Lee Sin hits the Q. Is he going to follow up?
Nah's going to get collapsed onto here, and it looks like another kill. Good.
Look at that. Not even going to trade 1 for 1. All of the bot lane OP guys showing in the bot lane, making it very certain that Kindred and Lysandra could all in under the tower very safely. So, brilliant response to the mistimed gank in the bot lane.
Yeah. So they get 1 back there, and it's still a 1k gold deficit. But Nah decided to go Hex Drink. It didn't quite pay off for him. I thought he would go more of a defensive item to survive tower dives with the Lysandra lane. So I reckon a bit of a misbuy there, but we're going to see what happens.
Well, he seems to have recovered a little bit of that deficit in farm that he had before, so that's one thing that he does have going for him. But that death was not only a result of really well executed play from Team Destiny in the top lane, but it was actually probably very likely due to the fact that his flash was on cooldown due to that earlier mistake. So cost him dearly, and we're going to see the results of that very soon, as Lysandra has used that gold to get a Rod of Ages. Oh, that's a very long range hook. Huge all in. An exhaust has gone down. They really want to kill Corky. They've got all in on him.
Alistair can get another knock-up. This might be a kill.
Yeah, losing that trade. Oh, flash pulverize. Oh, the max range.
It looks like we have a double kill.
Double kill to Corky.
And the cow pays off once again. You have to respect the cow if he has flash, and they paid for it.
Beautiful exchange there. Very nicely countered from that aggression from Team Destiny, turning it around for a very nice double kill. Very nice communication, both flashing almost at the exact same time to pick up a double kill. That huge rocket just picking up that kill at long distance while also CCing the support.
Going for the gank here on Lissandra. He picks her
Oh,
up.
there's that CC that you were talking about before. The red buff down. That's a dead Lissandra. That's going to be... Now, it's interesting. Kindred's been farming quite well, so he's actually caught up in Lee Sin. But Lee Sin has got to have a lot more experience at this point. So there's not much gold difference between the two, actually, at this point.
I think Lee Sin's jungle pathing has been a bit off, but he's been hovering around lanes, and Kindred's had time to catch up with CS in the jungle. That's why she hasn't ganked a lot.
Azuko taking so much damage from that two-hit combo from Morgana. But no, Lee Sin started off so strong. Got that the early red buff steal. Circled back, did a couple of his jungles, but then
Zed decides to face check this bush, and he's not going to get...
flash out of the binding. That would have been certain death.
Here.
Oh, there's a flash. Very aggressive ultimate coming out of Lissandra. It's turned around. Lee Sin's going in. Iron Sigma's ulted down. That Gnar is going to die.
No, Gnar lives on 10 HP.
How did he do that? It just... I can't believe he survived through that. That's incredible. Was that there was a Hex Drinker that must have saved him there.
So
Hex Drinker gave him that damage shield that allowed him to live through what otherwise would have been certain death. So, very aggressive flash.
He's going to die the red proc?
No, he just enough HP. If there had been just like one or two more minions on his side, that would have been a death for sure. So close. It doesn't get much closer than that.
You have to respect the Lee Sin. Like, if he doesn't look like he has enough CS, he still does heaps of damage. And I'm surprised in the last bot lane fight, Maker and Tails, they had flashes, but they both decided to die.
So I don't think that was their decision.
So
I think that might have just been mechanical problems.
They were hoping the skill shots would miss, but you never hope. You always should presume to flash early.
I think, if anything, that would have been an issue of reaction time versus an incredibly well-executed combo. So
I don't know. But Nautilus is pretty heavy, so I respect that. But Tristana should have jumped out.
She's got a high deck stat. She should be all up in that business. All right, there's a ping coming down here. As Kindred's telling... Oh, they're telling Kindred to fall back because they're not going to be able to make a play here. But Kindred wants to make something of it. Oh, he's standing on top of a ward.
Kindred should be really trying to scale at the moment. Lee Sin does fall off, so Kindred should really be farming at the moment, not wasting time in lane.
Yeah, Lee Sin has moved into counter gank position. He's up here waiting for them to make a move.
Fight if something happens.
If this is a tower dive, it's going to be disastrous.
They decide to play it safe.
Oh, they see Morgana rotating down. Zed's going to follow. They're both going to walk over vision.
Morgana's going to get caught out here.
Oh, Iron Sigma's going on. So much damage! You got to think Kev's dead at this point.
Too early, too early. And
right at that
there
time.
We go. Simple little bit of gold. Pink ward resulted in gold bonus profit. So definitely get...
That's it. Step 3, profit.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, invest in pink wards because they actually carry you out of ELO health.
That's it. Zed is getting a bit far ahead on CS over Morgana. Morgana 0-2-0, not looking good.
Morgana's really getting paid. I'm surprised Lee Sin's not helping her more, but maybe Lee Sin's decided to realize that it's a lost lane, so he's going to focus elsewhere. But Zed's really snowballing here at the moment.
Like, look, you've lost. Just put the black shield on me and shut up.
Yeah, a bit of a missed time on the black shield to block some of that Zed damage, but either way, she was going to die, so a bit unfortunate there.
I think it only blocks magic damage from memory. Where are we? Darkling, black shield. Stop doing that. I'm pretty sure. Magic damage, yeah. It doesn't actually prevent any of Zed's damage, so all he'd be doing is preventing any sort of slow from red buff or... Oh, here we go. Azuko smashed into the brush.
To flash it that way.
Oh, nice ultimate coming back from over the line. Oh, look at that! Beautifully executed Q from Lee Sin.
She had a chance to walk away. She had a chance to walk away, but she decided to come back in and land one auto and pay for it. Just a very big misplay there.
Oh, the binding hits at max range.
Lissandra's
the positioning on this.
She decides to try and get out of the map.
Just off Summoner's Rift. I'm out.
All right, Zed's here.
Oh, this is just a bloodbath. Zed wants to 1v3.
On him. There we go.
Oh, he's going to get a kill. He's going to trade 1 for 1.
Lee Sin's very nervous.
Oh,
should
well,
be
he's
really
going to survive.
aggressive.
Oh, no, he's going to Drago. He's going to 1v3.
Shields out. Morgana's so nervous. She doesn't even want to auto him.
I wouldn't want to go next to that Zed either. You see what he just did to their allies.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, Lee Sin. Very nice mechanics there to survive that Zed there. Yeah, he was in the animation of landing an auto and decided to W out. So well done.
More Malmorty has just been picked up by Nah, so that power spike should definitely help. It looks like this bot tower is going to go down if they decide they want to take it. We've got...
they decide to engage on
That's
tower.
not the way to go. They're going to get this tower. Alistair's going to be tanky enough to resist
This is very bad
this.
for Nautilus. It looks like this might be a double
Oh,
kill.
teleport coming in from Nah. He's not going to have any charges
Where
up
is
towards the Mega Nah. Nautilus is so low. It looks like Corky's going to burst him down. He's going to rocket out. They're going to flash to chase him. Shut down. Coming through. Corky goes
Just
down.
to get out. Nah's got a Mega Nah here. He might try and pick up a double kill.
Oh, he's going to try for it, but I'm not sure he's got the damage. He's a bit far behind. Oh, it's so close. He's maneuvering.
It's about to
Such
expire.
a close battle.
Oh, no,
Mega Nah's running out. He's going to...
Cal's like, no, not today, not today. Oh, if Lee Sin has the ward, he might be able to pick this up, but an exciting exchange there in the last 30 seconds.
if he hits this Q.
It
hits.
Oh,
Zed's going to pick up that. It's going to be the chase that ends his own life.
A shutdown.
What a bloodbath here. Crazy damage coming out from both sides. The binding hits at max range. She's too far behind. She's not going to do a lot of damage there, but that's definitely going to give her at least a fighting chance in the next
exchange. This game
exchange.
just got exciting.
Incredibly exciting. Zed is just a force to be reckoned with at this point.
But Red Team came out on top of the exchange. They got an extra kill out of that, but the gold deficit is still 4.5K. So
yeah, no, that gold advantage is definitely growing, not shrinking.
Mostly on Zed, though. The gold advantage is on Zed.
Well, let's see. Let's have a check out of the gold stats. We got 7.2 and 7.1 on Zed and Corky, respectively, to their 5.4, 5.3 counterparts. So huge amounts there.
To engage on Nautilus. He's not that tanky at the moment, so he's got it. Oh, he missed the hook.
Death marks.
He dies.
Down. Yep. Double buff Zed. That's something scary, and the burst from Corky is just nasty. They're like, well, Dragon's here. We might as well take it. What are we on? 2? This will take us to 2?
Yeah, the second Dragon. So that's one of the problems playing a tanky support that doesn't have much mobility. He does have CC, but he can't save himself if he's trying to ward Dragonfield.
Yeah.
So.
Mega Nah scaring some minions in the top lane as they mourn the loss of the latest dragon.
Mega
Nah will combo. He's gonna ult himself and get some health back.
Decides to flash out. Lee Sin.
Some beautiful defensive maneuvers there, but is it going to be enough? This is a very, very strong chasing team. Some nicely placed CC. That's game.
And that's a very good attempt by Waldo there.
Yeah, some very nice mechanics coming out of Lissandra, able to maneuver through a lot of the incoming onslaught, but just that one hit from Nah.
It looks like we have Zed and Kindred coming in the top lane for a 2v2.
Oh, you got to think Zed 2v2.
Oh, Lee Sin,
considering he wins 1v3s.
That gets ultimate by Lee Sin. Kindred trying to pick up this reconciliation kill. Can he
wants that double buff back. Give me that double buff.
And he gets out. Apparently there was a ward there. Maybe
very mobile Lee Sin.
He must have seen the future or something.
Looks like Morgana's rotating up as well. We're going to see Asa goes in a very
Spellfierce
very bad spot. The binding hits, the Q hits, he's toast. Oh, he's invulnerable right now. Kimchief's going to go down. Oh, he managed to survive the teleport coming in.
I think Lee Sin's being very greedy. He could have gave that kill to Morgana.
To be fair, he's 8-2-0.
Maybe, does he deserve? Yeah, he deserves it.
Yeah, and I suppose us having that big talk about the exhaust not being particularly useful unless Lee Sin gets fed, that exhaust is probably going to come in real handy.
Yeah,
for the rest of this
it's definitely going to come in handy. So
if you can exhaust the Lee Sin, you basically turn this team off, with the exception of their CC.
Lee Sin decides to build defensively here. He looks like he has enough damage at the moment, he reckons. In terms of Kindred, struggling for items at the moment. She's 1-3-3, obviously really behind Lee Sin. And Corky's just picked up a BF sword, so things might get messy in the bot lane again.
Corky with a Trinity Force and a BF sword. 4-1-1, that is a scary Corky.
Well, even though it's 11-10, blue team's really controlling the map really well. You could say they're suffocating red team's chances. And
beautiful kick into the wall, forcing the flash from that binding, but you got to think with the red buff on this Lee Sin, he's probably still going to die.
Oh, he decides to this might actually work.
Lee Sin! The max range Q! But he eventually gets taken down. Mega Nah enters the fray. His bar's about to run out. So this chase...
Nautilus decides
Nautilus
to go
gets
and
the
come
hook at max range!
And Lissandra's gonna
Looks
get
like
picked up
Nas
here. Oh!
out of his megaphone. The
Alistair
binding
gets
hits on
blinded.
Alistair.
But
He's not going to be able to get away from Nar if he
ulti's
chooses
out
to
there.
chase.
So I think that was a 1-for-2 trade there. No, 1-for-1.
1-for-1.
Yes. Red team's really coming out here and saying, listen, we haven't lost yet, and we're going to keep playing. So they're trading really well. They're catching up slowly, and that's how you come back in the game. So just keep fighting and see what happens.
All right, now that everyone's died and going back and just kind of regrouping, everyone's splitting up, giving us a little bit of a downtime here while they catch back up on farm and regroup and decide what the next objective is. You've got to think the pressure that they're applying to this mid tower, they're going to want to gain control of this jungle, and it looks like they already have plenty of vision to do just that.
Exactly. So Zed's made 2 mistakes now, getting caught out by Lee Sin, giving a bit of a... you could say a chance for Red Team to get back into the game. So hopefully Zed doesn't make any more mistakes from this point on. But with the 8-3 Lee Sin, 0 assists, you could tell that he's not really being a jungler. He's being a carry.
He's carrying this game. He's gonna grab BotLaneOP and put him on his back. Let's see if he's strong enough to carry against the other team, Team Destiny.
Exactly. So Morgana's trying to finish this Zhonya so she stops dying to Zed.
Yeah, well, that's
that's the whole point. Yeah.
It hasn't died that many times. Come on, what are you talking about?
Blue team really controlling the red team's jungle. Red team should really start investing in trinkets at this point as blue team, but at this point, I think they're just scared and they're just gonna hang by their towers. And there might be a bit of a scuffle in the river. Lissandra decides to back off there.
If I was BotLaneOP at this exact moment, I'd be trying to buy time for Morgana to get her Zhonya's Hourglass. That's going to be incredibly important for their future engages. A teleport coming in.
They have to back off here.
Not sure that was a great teleport. He's actually got a wave building up against him.
Exactly.
And he was already under tower. This tower may go down as a direct result of
very
that
poor
teleport.
decision there. I think they wanted to save the tower, but they sacrificed the top lane's minions. But top might go down. It just depends on the tower.
Yeah, it will depend on the randomness that is the minions being targeted by towers there. But the pressure is definitely going to be felt, so they'll be able to send someone up there, probably to clean that up. But still, unnecessary damage and lost farm there for Nar.
Red team's really stalling here and coming back little by little. I'm surprised blue team isn't pushing as much as they could because they actually have a decent fight comp.
Yeah, we actually see a few... Oh, looks like there was an ultimate coming out from Lissandra there, going onto herself. Morgana's so low. She still doesn't have the Zhonya's Hourglass. This is disastrous timing for BotLaneOP. They do not want to get caught out without that Zhonya's Hourglass.
We have Zed coming from behind. He might actually flank this if there's enough minions at the tower.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a free kill at this point with the Morgana having no defenses apart from walking back to base. Looks like they're probably gonna get this tower with the forced recalls at the time. They do have a ton of pressure coming out of Corky.
Nautilus decides to walk back, and I don't know why. He could have just recalled, but maybe just wanted to go for a walk there. Blue team's not really pushing the advantage here. But in terms of the item build, Zed's got a Black Cleaver with Yoshimitsu's Blade. Lissandra's trying to finish off Zhonya's as well so she can survive a bit better in team fights.
Yeah. The Hourglass has been finished finally. That's good. That's a huge moment for Morgana. I mean, she's going to be able to use her ultimate much more aggressively.
Zhonya's there. Bit weird, but a free dragon for blue team.
Did we say it too many times, like Beetlejuice, and maybe just force the Zhonya's?
Greasy fingers might be the cause of that.
Maybe,
but
that's going to be the second fat-fingered moment coming out of BotLaneOP. I think the nerves might be getting to them.
They are. They're behind, and they're finally getting a bit of damage on this turret.
But they're not that far behind. At 25 minutes, it's only a few K apiece.
I think the problem is Tristana, because she's a scaling champ. She really doesn't have anything at the moment, so I think they're really trying to buy time for her to scale. And,
absolutely.
So they can push down. Morgana gets caught out here a little bit.
Well, the Black Shield's not going to help you there.
The Lissandra teleport, it gets deleted, and that's what happens when you play Morgana with CDR boots instead of boots of swiftness.
They should definitely pressure this tower. The
should
wave
be a
clear
tower.
without Morgana is pretty much negligible now. They're going to be able to just apply as much pressure as they want.
Lee Sin
that tower's going down.
for
Lee Sin
ultimate,
suicides himself.
He tried to do an insect, and he got shut down. It's a bit unfortunate.
It was a valiant attempt at an insect,
Zed might
but
get picked up here. No, he lives. thanks to Alistair.
Yeah, but now that's going to open the map up with 2 members down on BotLaneOP. Team Destiny own the map. They're going to use this minion wave here to rotate to the bot, and again, it's going to be a repeat of the last situation where they just do not have the wave clear to stop this tower from going
pick up
down.
Another tower, and this might go to a 7k gold lead at this point.
Yeah,
so
that was a huge spike right there. And that poor Morgana accidentally hitting that Zonya's hourglass at possibly the worst moment. It was disastrous for this team. So hopefully they gather their wits and they're going to start thinking about game 2 at this point, because they're falling further and further behind. Those 2 towers pushing them into what was a small gold lead to a massive gold lead now. They're going to be thinking Baron or go home at this point.
Exactly. So red team's running out of options here. They could stall this game, but I didn't see this game stalling due to the very good dive comp of Lissandra and Alistair. They'll be able to dive towers more efficiently now, thanks to the respective builds.
Yeah, and with 2 members of Destiny at 200 farm at 26 minutes, we're going to have Zed is going to split push like crazy, and unless they send the army for him, they're not going to be able to stop him. He's able to 1v2 people in most situations, 1v3 in some.
Na's going to get picked up here.
Yeah.
Realizes the rage bar is down. He decides to flash ultimate, and that's a dead
very
Nah.
aggressive.
The death mark doesn't even proc. He doesn't even need the death mark. Lissandra gets pulled out here. And she decides to time out well.
Oh,
Morgana
beautiful
wants
Morgana
to really
initiation
get,
there.
Oh, Lissandra's
Gonna get so much damage on the wall to
She
the line, but
lives.
it's just not
Oh.
enough there.
Oh,
Followed up.
she does the ultimate.
Oh, the beautiful
Alistair
ultimate on
decides
himself.
to
He gets
go
some
back
help.
in. Lee Sin decides to focus Kindred, and I don't know
Kindred's
why.
invulnerable right in the middle. He's trying to get away from that, but this is actually turning out quite well for
Kindred
BotLaneOP.
gets shut down. That's a double
kill.
kill.
The Infinity Edge power spike from
And we have
Tristana
here on the
coming
bot
out.
lane, Corky's deciding to push, trying to pick up an inhibitor.
He's like, you know what? I'm just going to win this game while you guys fight up there.
Alistair's
I'm
like,
coming.
oh, we got to check this out. We're going to check this push out.
Those-
And two of them get back there.
Trinity
and
Force
Corky has to
procs
back
do-
off there. Free tower. Red team, they have to take any trades at this point to try and catch up. But
Yeah, but that's opened that inhibitor up. That is so dangerous now.
exactly. But Tristana did pick up 2 kills, so hopefully she'll be able to do a bit more in team fights.
Well, the picking up the Infinity Edge is
Oh,
what led to those
Corky
2 kills. Oh,
gets
Corky's not in a good
exhausted.
spot.
Nautilus that lives, and he flashes out, and he wastes the flash, and Tristana picks up another kill.
I was really hoping that him aggroing the Raptors with his Gatling gun was what was
Zed's
going to get him
ultimate
killed.
is up, and I think Na picked the wrong fight. That might proc and kill him. Not quite.
Yeah, Na has gone for an incredibly aggressive build. He's got some magic resistance, but almost everything else is all damage. So
I think that armor cloth he bought 2 seconds ago might have saved his life.
yeah, that's it. Just a tiny little bit of damage reduction against this ridiculously powerful Zed. Look at this Black Cleaver, Yomu's Ghostblade. He's got the Bilge Water Cutlass, which has got to be going into
Well, Lee
Blade
said
of the
he's
Ruined
got to
King.
back off here, and he backs off safely. Kindred
Oh,
decides
the
to
binding
bounce
hits
over.
wall to the line.
There's no one to follow up. Blue team's just displaying their dominance in their jungle and saying, we own this place. You're
Yeah.
going to come in and take it from us.
Yeah, and Morgana wanting to get some damage on there so when the next fight does happen, we can get some easier resets on this Tristana, because they're really going to be putting it all on her shoulders. Lee Sin currently, he was doing very well in the early game, and he's still very far ahead in terms of his jungle counterpart.
He's far ahead. He's decided to build more damage here. Obviously, he does losing scale, so there's no point building a tank Lee Sin.
Yeah, but the biggest problem that he's going to experience is positioning. When you've got 5 members of the enemy team all just kind of on top of each other, you can't land a Q and pick somebody off. You're just going to trade 1 for 1 in the best scenario and just die in most. So
Lissandra here decides to hang around for that extra minion. Might pay off. No, gets queued.
yeah, just let all the skill shots
no
hit.
one's close to save her, and Tristana's going to pick up another kill.
There we go, donating some kills finally. Lee Sin knowing that it's time to pass the ball, pass the baton onto Tristana, and she is picking it up and running
She picks
with
up
it.
a QSS just in case Zed decides to dive her, so Zed will have
It's
to
a
change targets now.
Fantastic choice. They're going to work, like Corky and Zed can just pressure all these lanes
So the stealth
relatively
is
easily.
knocked out. They decide to back off. But 15-15, and Red team's really got a chance here to come back after those few mistakes by Blue team.
54 to 47k though. The 15 kills don't really say it all. We've got 7 towers to 1 and 3 dragons to 0 in favor of Team Destiny. So some very those stats really say a lot more than the kill count. the kill count really does show just how exciting this game has been.
Exactly, but I'm surprised with this gold lead. They haven't taken an inhibitor yet. And it's been 30 minutes. And Na's going to look, he's going to try to engage here. Alistair's trying to do what he can. A nice ultimate.
Oh, very nice
Tristana's
ultimate.
getting 3 damage.
Waldo the Lime ulting himself.
QSS, but yes,
Shut down. Tristana's out of the fight. This is going to be Destiny, but they're all very low. Oh, looks like Asiko's just trying to stay alive. He gets the kill there.
It's a double
kill to Corky.
Red team
That's an ace to BotLaneOP go down in what was looking like a fairly good fight to begin with. Looks like they're going to rush straight up. I'm surprised they didn't take this inhibitor.
That was a really that fight goes to Zed. Giving credit to him because he popped Tristana straight away and went straight for ball.
That's exactly what you have to do. When we get to this point where you know Tristana is the threat, you take her down, and they did that very well.
She stood there and she popped QSS and she's like, I'm fine, and then Zed ordered her for 400 damage and she died. So
I think they're going to get 2 inhibitors here. I think they're going to rotate from this one to the other one and then retreat, and that will time
it's a very risky
perfectly.
Play. It gives Red a chance to come back a little bit and grab some kills. They're going to pick it up and hopefully back off.
Yeah, I think their best play at this moment would have been to just rush Baron and know that Destiny couldn't counter it. Them rushing for kills isn't really going to... Tristana very aggressive. That's not a great plan. They're all still there.
Nautilus is trying to catch up, but he's just too heavy. He just can't catch up. And the gold lead has nearly increased to 10k, and blue team just took out 2 inhibitors, so they're going to probably do the classic Baron sweep and then just go up to the 3rd tower and end this game.
Yeah, all they need to do is basically group, push top, focus on Baron control, and the game will win itself.
But in LCS, taking Baron is risky, and comebacks do happen, so hopefully Kindred can secure it from this Lee Sin, but Lee Sin makes plays, so we'll see what happens.
Well, the idea is not necessarily to take Baron, but it is to threaten to take Baron and forcing them away from their base. And then the super minions in the other 2 lanes will just put on so much pressure that they are either forced to fight and then recall after they've theoretically won their last-ditch effort to clear away the minions, or they lose the fight and the game is over regardless.
So now they're just, like you said, they're just buying time now, and they're going to start this Baron. They're clearing out wards. This Baron pit is blind at the moment, and Tristana and Nara in the mid lane. This might be a free Baron unless Lee gets the steal.
Lee Sin could try for the steal. Oh, Kindred able to secure it, but it was very close. Oh, Sandra not actually following that up.
5v5.
They don't actually need to chase this. They can just pressure them and just kind of
Kindred
annoy them.
out here a little bit. Nah, decides to in, but he might
die. What's the mega? Nah, just in time. The slightest sliver of health he manages to get that. Kindred goes down. Tristana goes down. Destiny is collapsing. Mega Nar's so low. Triple kill down to Zed.
A quadra kill.
It's quadra kill. Is it? Was that a penta?
It's a quadra.
Who got that kill?
Scumbag. We have a scumbag.
The super minions are here. They're already taken down the 1st tower. They can AFK this victory right now. Game 1 goes to Team Destiny.
Very props to Zed here, making the plays, making it happen, and good game, well played.
All right, GG. That's game 1 going to Team Destiny. We still have the next game to decide whether BotLaneOP still remain in this competition. So hanging on there. Let's see if we can make it 3 games. So we're going to get straight back into this, guys. We'll do a slight little intermission. If you need to take a bathroom break, go right now. We got some pizza coming for you guys soon. I think at 8 o'clock-ish we're going to get that ordered. So hang around and you get some pizza. For those who haven't eaten, of course. But yeah. Anyway, guys, that's enough from me. We'll chuck some music on and talk amongst yourselves, have a break, and we'll be back with you. Thank you.
Wisdom teeth pain causing you trouble? Is the pain blowing you away? You feel like you're on fire, or you just can't seem to shake it off? If you've had a bad experience in the past and you're a bit
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're on to game 2. We're just getting the guys, yep, they're ready to go, so going to hit the start button any second. So big round of applause for the players tonight, guys. Woo! And for those who just arrived, I am showing off this cup. That's the championship cup. So if you want to come and have a look at that soon, it'll be up here. So that's what these guys are fighting for. So yeah, over to our casters.
To clarify, they're fighting for the spot to win the cup. This game is not for the cup. This is the last semi-final, which will be against. Eventually, that's it. Let me go. Let me bring that up again. So the winner of this best of 3 will fight Nando's eSports in the grand final. I don't know. Can we have you start the game, please? Integra. Hit the start game button. You guys are not this bad at skill shots. Hit the button to start the game.
Yeah, we did it! TSM!
Good teamwork, guys. All right. All right, we got BotLaneOP on the blue side this game and Team Destiny on the red side. Do not go off the color of the Powerades from. Apparently, we got a last-minute sponsorship. Yeah. All right. So Tom Kench again being banned away. We're expecting the bans to be relatively the same as last time, or do you think they're going to mix it up?
There'll be a few targeted bans, I reckon. But if they don't do that, they might just run the same comp. But they did switch sides, so Zed's a bit weaker on the other side of the map. So we'll see how that plays out. But they like banning Bard. Maybe they just don't like him.
Quite possibly. You think we could get a possibly a Lee Sin ban to do with that? It was a massive threat in the last game.
Yeah, and there's a targeted Zed ban right there. But in terms of
very
Lee
well
Sin,
deserved,
because Lee Sin doesn't scale and this patch is based on mid to late game. I don't think Lee Sin will be a targeted ban in any of these games. But if they do, if they pick an actual pick that gets countered by Lee Sin, then I reckon Lee would be banned. But we shouldn't be able to see it here. He couldn't capitalize on his lead and couldn't make the play when it counted.
Well, he started turning around in that last game. Well, we'll get once Tristana had actually got the Infinity Edge, he had someone to set it up for. But another Vayne ban, very similar. They've obviously decided these were going to be the bans coming in before today.
Yeah,
so
there might be a Gosu kind of player in this building. So Vayne is obviously being banned at this point. They're hovering over. They're deciding what their last ban's going to be. It might be, I'm guessing, Raka. Not a Mundo ban.
Mundo.
He did get nerfed, but he's still very strong. I guess they don't like the Kench and the Mundo tanks at the moment. And we've got a Syndra ban here.
Syndra ban. Now that's interesting. Why would they have banned Syndra as their last ban? That's a bit strange. Is Integra known as a particularly strong Syndra?
It must be. I'm just not sure. Syndra only counters very few champions, but she is kind of strong. She does have good burst. I guess it's just for the sake of mid lane just not being comfortable versing
Oh,
Syndra.
you're kidding. I'm having the same bug I had last
We
time.
have the same bug again, yeah.
All right, so it looks like Corky was first picked. Got a popular crowd vote of Thresh to be the next champion.
And they just locked Lee Sin here. And Ari gets locked in as well. So we have Ari in the mid lane and Lee Sin in the jungle. Very common picks these days, and they're really good at catching out people. So it's going to be an exciting game.
And it does make it instantly makes a pick comp, regardless of what the other champions in the team composition turn out to be.
Yeah. So in terms of pros, Ari is probably the second best mid laner at the moment, just because of her kit's really good. They're hovering over Vi and Annie here, so they want to really go wombo combo on whoever they're diving on.
Well, they haven't locked it in yet, so they do still have the options. We have seen Annie quite a lot in the NT region, so if it did get locked in, which it has been, Annie was just locked in, I would not be surprised.
And Vi gets locked in as well.
Vi is also locked in, so it's a very nice hover to give us plenty of time to discuss that. Looks like Iron Sigma and Conditioner next up on the pick block. That is true, actually. Yasuo has been left open. We didn't even talk about that.
Yasuo, he's in a good place at the moment, but because certain champions got buffed, he's just in the the middle area, grey area at the moment. Zyra is really strong in this patch. I would like to see her played. She did get a buff, and she's really strong in the bot lane now. And Kalista, we're not going to see it, Carl. We still have 20 seconds left on the deciding.
Yeah,
but
they haven't locked anything in yet.
Okay, guys, Scrub Phoenix here. I interrupt this shoutcasting to let you know that pizza is here. Round of applause. Yeah. Make sure we keep some for the players there. So, guys, if you want some, it's over to your left over there. So make sure you don't come through here. Go around there, grab some, and everyone's gone. All right.
Yeah, well, food is food. You got to go for it.
That couldn't have possibly waited to the 3-minute delay on the loading screens, could it? No, that was very important. That half the crowd get up and go get food during one of the most important strategical elements of the game. Way to go, boss. Thank you. All right, then we've got Thresh and Ezreal picked up.
I really hate Ezreal at the moment. Very strong champion.
I swear you just said he was the strongest.
I hate it. I hate it.
Oh, you hate how strong he is. Okay.
I hate how strong he is.
All right. So with Lee Sin, Ari, and Thresh all in the same composition, anyone landing a skill shot will be able to completely isolate that one champion that they hit, and everyone will be able to pile on. The burst damage, the combo damage that's going to come out of Ezreal, layer that on thick.
So blue team decided to lock in Jace and Leona, a bit of disengage and poke, and engage as well. So,
well, I get the combination of Jace and Corky offering a lot of poke around objectives and the ability to take down towers when the opportunity presents itself.
So they realize that Vi is a very strong champion at the moment, so they decided to lock in a defensive pick in Lulu to try and protect the Ezreal from getting dived, because he can't escape Vi once Vi locks in and hones onto her target. So very respectable comps here. I'll give the slight edge to purple team. They have more of a playmaking comp, but if Vi dives in a bit too deep, she will get punished for it. So I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, well, one of the key dangers of going up against an Annie is just the instantly stunned, instantly burst. She just does a ton of damage, and the follow-up is huge. She can do an AoE initiation, a lot of potential there. However, with this composition, they've got a lot of opportunities now. With that Lulu ultimate, bam, save the life of whoever's been caught out of position. But most of the time, Annie will be the one who's on the receiving end of that, of the death sentence or charm.
Exactly. So if Annie decides to flash in and all in, it's going to be an all-in play. So it's going to be a very exciting game, and I'm looking forward to this Ari game, because Ari is a very popular pick in Korea at the moment, and her playmaking potential is really good. So if she lands that charm, or if Thresh lands that hook, it's going to be a very, very explosive game.
For those of you watching on the live stream who aren't here live at the moment, I want to illustrate what everyone else is kind of scratching their heads about. As 90% of the players have got up from their desks and left while we're on the loading screen. So I think they've all gone to get some pizza themselves. I think.
Oh.
No, I'm fine.
Yeah, a little bit.
Hopefully they make it back before before the game starts. We've got a 3-minute delay, but they don't.
They're going to have the classic greasy hands on the keys. They're going to just do it. They're just going to do it. They're like, nah, pizza's too
Tomato
important.
sauce or barbecue
They're
sauce running
risking
down
game
their
2 for
shirt.
pizza. I don't know if you could do this in LCS, but it would be pretty cool if you could
I
do
think
it.
that'd be hilarious. That's just layers of professionalism coming out here in the Northern Territory eSports League of Legends division. All right, we've still got 2 minutes left. It's very strange that we can see the banned champions but not the picked champions on this screen. The people on the live stream get to see the picks and bans. The laptop next to me gets to see the picks and bans, but you guys don't get to see the picks and bans. I don't know what's causing this. I don't know how to fix it.
Probably just have to repair your client, but
I guess so, but it wasn't doing this earlier, so it's
No, it
very,
wasn't.
very
So-
strange.
yeah, very odd, very odd. So, purple team decide to. I don't know why they always ban Bard. I know he has a bit of playmaking potential, but he's not the strongest support.
Well, maybe they've researched BotLaneOP quite a lot, and they've seen a lot of...
They just banned their strongest champion.
yeah,
maybe.
quite possibly that they go, no, we're not going against that Bard. We've seen it wreck people.
But first time seeing Leona, she's very rare these days in terms of support. I don't know why she died off, but I guess it kind of, yeah.
Yeah, well, she still does have the same synergy that she's always kind of had with Corki, so once you land that Zenith Blade, just the follow-up from Corki, the burst damage is going to be insane, but Alistair was open, so I'm wondering why they didn't actually go with the Alistair to pretty much do the same thing, but might be just a personal preference, or because it's not a compositional one. Because when you're running poke champions like Jace, you do not want a champion like Leona on your team, whereas Alistair would make a sustained push. It would really define the entire composition with just those two champions. With Jace being able to poke down, Corki being able to poke down, and Alistair being able to heal up any pokes that were lost in the trade, they would just slowly take down towers via attrition and force Team Destiny to make the fights on the defensive. But Leona kind of forces their hand into a tower dive, so they're going to use their poke very effectively in order to really take advantage of this team composition.
Yeah, exactly. So with the purple team's comp, they don't really have a tank. Like Thresher's okay, but he can't really take a lot. He can peel very well, but it'll be exciting to see. As soon as Leona decides to go ham and cheese, we're just going to see what happens if she can make it happen or not. But the poke is definitely there with Jason Corki.
Speaking of ham and cheese, are you guys enjoying your pizza? Glad to hear it. Hey, we actually get to see the loading screen this game. Knockout Lee Sin. That's the name of that skin. It was
I
driving
would
me
like
nuts.
Leona to be reported for not having Thunderlords, just because. I know she's a tank, but you
Completely
need a Thunderlord. Like, you just Q W and you proc it like every time. So it's still very useful, but
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
4 skins here coming out of Team Destiny, but only 2 coming out of BotLaneOP. So you got to give the game 2 to Team Destiny right at Champions. Like, look at that. That's just a clear skin advantage right there.
So hopefully BotLaneOP can come out on top here and force a game 3. So we'll see how it goes. But Lulu in the top lane, Thresh in the bot lane. I was hoping for a Lulu support, but since she's going top, those ultimates and shields are really going to come in handy as she scales that AP.
Here we are, we're on to the Rift. Everyone's charging up, getting their items. Looks like Team Destiny are a little bit slower doing it. There's the pause time. I bet that was for pizza. I'm almost waiting to bet that that had nothing to do with the technical difficulty. You guys disgust me. There we go. Pause for more pizza. No, Kim Chief. No. All right, now we're on to the Rift and not paused. Here we go. They're all pouring out of the fountain, past the Nexus and through the gates. So there's a lot of pings coming out for the very central area. They're looking to rush down the mid lane. I wonder what maneuver they're attempting to pull out here.
Blue team looks like they just want to get vision down. Red team's just trying to make sure nothing comes through their blue side of the jungle. So they're really speculating of invading.
Yeah, they've got a very good level 1.
Very good. I'd say that's a very good level 1.
Very strong level 1 engage composition coming out here.
I've never seen anyone invade on this side since Season 3. This is going to be exciting.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, Annie
the death sentence goes through. Lee Sin hits the Q. That's definitely going to be a first blood.
Annie flashes. Oh, she's going to get out.
Oh, going to get back to the safety of the tower.
Ari decided not to level taunt when it counted, but that's just bad luck, but forced to flash, so hopefully...
With the death sentence and Lee Sin's Hadouken both hitting, you would just almost guarantee that was going to be a first blood, but no one got, there was no ignite coming down from Ari, there was...
Ezreal stuck on the other side as well, so he didn't get any damage down besides the Qs, so...
Yeah, so...
A bit fortunate there for Annie to get out alive.
She was very fortunate. She is going to be down Flash at one of the most important times of the game to have Flash against an Ari, so that is going to set her back, but then Thresh is going to be down his exhaust, so maybe bot lane can take advantage of that as they do have a very strong level 2.
Exactly, so we're going to see if Lee Sin can take advantage in the mid lane as he starts on the red side, and hopefully when level 2 happens, blue team's going to be like, hey, let's do this, and hopefully it'll be an exciting fight, but...
Well, we've already had a lot of excitement. We're not only just hitting 2 minutes into this game, so it does bode well for the rest of this.
And Vi very low there. I'm not sure she took the right runes or masteries, or she just took too much damage or not enough armor, but who knows. But that's going to force it back after one more camp.
Yeah, she might have been anticipating the camp jungle from Lee Sin and wanting to make sure that she secured her buff by doing it in a different order, so might have been just trying to change things up there and throw a little bit of randomness in there to kind of secure her own jungle so she doesn't fall too far behind.
So very fortunate here for purple team. Blue decided to push, so there's no chance to 2v2 with that exhaust down, so very fortunate there. Lee Sin decides to go straight for a buff, and Vi is a bit behind because of that callback, so hopefully we can see some action in the mid lane as Annie's flash is down, but Ari's pushing for no reason. But
Ari's pushing for no... Well, she does have the flash, so she's probably wanting to put a lot of pressure on Annie while that cooldown is down. But she's not getting a lot of damage on her, so Annie's obviously playing very defensive.
Well, it looks like it's not warded, and Lee Sin's going to collapse, but I don't know if it'll work. But it looks like they're deciding to poke a little bit when it's not needed. They're going to get caught out here. This might be a first blood.
I think they're trying to bait it in with Lee Sin in perfect position.
Lee Sin's in Leona's in a bad spot.
Oh,
nice.
The death sentence hits down. Tails is definitely going to go down
and
here.
And first blood goes to purple team.
First blood to Lee Sin.
And Ari dies to ignite.
Wow, let's go back. Let's do an instant replay and check what happened in this mid lane. It looks like Vi came up behind Iron Sigma on a bit low health. Just hit the 4, hit the charm. The stun's going to come down from Annie, but just the combined power of two people. And looks like that ignite was what actually got the kill there. So.
And that's what happens when you have Vi on Thunderlords, a proc of extra 150 damage for no reason. And that's what Thunderlords do, so...
Thunderlords.
Just Thunderlords. Thunderlords everywhere.
So huge minion wave that's going to hit
the tower. Jace decides to take his chances and decides to flash one auto attack. And
that was so close.
Decided not to follow up.
So close.
I don't know if she canceled an auto there, but she might have. But it's just a bit of unfortunate, but very nice escape there by Jace. Bit cocky though, in terms of harassing her a bit too much near her tower.
The timing's going to work out in Jace's favor though, because he did have enough gold to go back and grab that Tear of the Goddess. So He's going to pick up a Tear of the Goddess at 4 minutes 30. That's going to be huge in terms of how fast that thing gets charged up.
Exactly. So hopefully he can stack it by 20 minutes, so he can be doing some serious damage when the grouping stage happens.
Also able to throw out just a lot more skill shots because of that passive mana regen and boost up. So the Lulu recognizes this and is going to go back to town.
Exactly.
Because she just knows Jace blew his teleport getting back to lane. So she's going to quickly go back. What's that? It's Frostfang. Pick up the Frostfang and teleport back so she doesn't fall too far behind this Jace. Jace, having pushed it all the way to the tower and not having much else to do, isn't going to have much apart from placing vision down. So they're probably going to know this. They can probably work around the approximate warding position that Jace would have obviously put it in.
Decides to taunt Ari. Ari decided to taunt Vi perfectly there. Might have saved her life there again.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Decides to hook a minion. I guess that minion was really getting the thresh there.
It's his death sentence. Oh, looks like the help picks and the slow coming out there. A lot of damage there. Lee Sin actually going down and clearing that ward. So not only did they work around it like I said they would, but they actually targeted it and took down that ward, leaving that kind of a blank area with the ward on cooldown. Vi going to come up here and place that ward down. Lulu going to play this safe, knowing that it's sort of a sixth sense knowing that Vi was
There might be a scuffle in the top lane. I think they're just scoping each other out. But it looks like an engage here by blue team. And, Ezreal just gets out.
To blow the heal and the essence flux.
Oh, he decides to pop the heal. Oh, what a play by Corki. That power spike at level 5. He must have leveled up W 3 times.
Very, very dangerous play from Ezreal there. He had the flash thinking that it would be his get out of jail free card if things looked dangerous, but just either was a second too slow or just it came down too quickly. So.
Exactly. It's a bad habit holding on to flash till last minute, but if you want to say flash, but if you die, you die. So it's very bad. So he just picked up tier before, so all he had to do was survive and farm up tier.
That's right. That's the secret to success is don't blow flash if you're going to die. That's
exactly.
You can die or you can blow flash, but not both.
And it actually gives away a lot of information to people hold on to flash because it actually, what I reckon is that they believe in their own skill to actually escape with minimal health. They try to make the play, but it just didn't work out that time, and now Ezreal's going to be punished for it, and Corki's going to hit mid-game a lot stronger than Ezreal, so we're going to see that Corki really playing into the team's victory if it happens.
Yeah, well, at the moment the gold is only 200 or 300 apart, barely. It's 2 kills apiece. But we're seeing a little bit Corki creeping up on the minion score in the bot lane, slightly over Ezreal, plus he has a kill. So almost all of that gold lead is just in that Corki.
So we have Vi here hitting level 6, a little bit, got ahead of Lee Sin. Lee Sin is just roaming a bit too much, and Lulu might pay with her life if she decides to engage in here a bit more. She's got to get out real quick.
I think she's...
decides to
flash. The flash on the engage.
Where's Lulu's ultimate? There it is.
Jace isn't even in range to put down the
pays
damage,
for it. This might be a double kill for Lulu.
2v1. It's
oh my god,
Jace. Oh no. Stupid directed camera.
Waldo with the calculations. Oh my god.
Waldo, don't stay there. Your teleport's going to be up in a few minutes.
Waldo, man. Money in the bank, but pimping isn't easy. Really well done there. Really well done.
Smells blood. She really wants
Lives
this
on like 20 HP or something.
Is she going to go for it?
No.
Oh, she throws down the ward. Doesn't quite see him. I think that was outside the visual spectrum.
She could have went for it. She had flash and ultimate, but
yeah. Well, she obviously wanted that kill, and I think if Jace had gone closer to the tower, he would have died.
Yeah.
So whether or not he suspected a roam from Ari or not, very good instincts coming out of Jace.
So that's the problem with diving Lulu. If she does scale AP, well, she does only have spell thieves, but her shield scales on AP and her ult scales on AP, so it's really hard diving her. So I'm really surprised they dived her when she had half mana bar, so it was a bit unfortunate. It looks like an engagement.
The Zenith Blade hits. Corki's going to follow up with a huge amount
Ezreal
of
decides
damage.
real
Ignite
late.
goes down. They're all ending as a big one misses. Oh, the poke coming out there.
There was a bit of a scuffle in the jungle, but everyone backs off and they're going to go back to their respective farming.
Oh, they're trying to bait it out. They really want to hit a skill shot onto this Annie. Oh, the flash charm! No, the charm missed.
That would,
if that had hit, that would have been a guaranteed kill there onto Annie, but just slightly out of range there.
Flash charm's a really risky play. You know,
Yeah.
if you blow flash against Annie, then you might die.
High risk,
but-
high reward, though, man. If you pull it off, that's a tower. If you don't, you're just dead.
Exactly.
So,
Like if you blow flash offensively, it's like a real bad thing if it doesn't pay off. Now she has to wait 5 minutes until something happens, and Vi's just going to be like, hey, mid lane's for free. So hopefully something happens there, and Annie just ults, and that's why Ari's building Abyssal, because she's afraid she might just get one shot.
yeah, I was going to bring that up earlier, but there was just too much action going on. Negatron Cloak was actually the very first item that Ari picked up. So she opted to go for the magic resistance to avoid the burst rather than going for her own damage source from that blaster.
It is a risk playing Ari because she's one of the champions in the mid lane that doesn't scale well with HP per level, so you actually have to invest in that. Oh, decides to...
Oh, one of
Annie
the Lime's damages! It's just taken so much from that Annie, that
And,
full combo,
gets
forcing
the
to Lulu ult in defense. They had a nice collapse coming up, but the well-timed rotation from Lee Sin
Lee
coming up
Sin's
to
in a bit of
protect
trouble
them.
here if they collapse on him.
Oh, this is a very dangerous
I'm
fight.
surprised
Waldo
Lulu's
can't...
that close.
Oh, Waldo coming
Ari
out, the
gets
charm's
paid
going to
for it.
save him!
And this is why Ari gives you free
There we
elo.
go, hitting the max range missile there.
And he's in a bit of trouble, Jace. Oh, they're deciding
Taking
not
it.
to collapse on this. And even though Ari was a little bit behind Annie, it just shows that charm is all it takes to get a
That's
kill.
it. Like, they've got a very effective pick.
Lee Sin decides to...
Oh my goodness.
Lee Sin,
Oh,
why
it
did you
turns
turn
around.
around?
Oh, he baits it in. The charm hits on there, but they're not going to
Lee
have
Sin,
enough
what are you
damage to follow
doing?
up.
Oh my
don't
god.
do
Oh,
it.
that was close.
The Lee
Oh.
Syndrome almost kicking in
Just
there.
testing the waters there just a little bit. Just a little.
Meanwhile, BotLaneOP focusing on this bot lane tower. They're getting a huge amount of damage on it while everyone's away team fighting. So
The Corki pick is definitely paying off here. He does have a commanding lead on this Ezreal, and Ezreal's going to find it hard to scale.
yeah,
Because
if-
Corki's going to hit this mid game. He's going to be a monster.
yeah, he has the Sheen as well. If he had just a little bit more mana, they probably would have taken that tower just now. So going to do the safe thing, back out. They know that Team Destiny's playstyle will allow for them to take that tower. They just need to make sure that Team Destiny don't capitalize with kills or their own towers to make up for that goal difference, and that will be how they get ahead at this point in the game.
Yeah, so it's a relatively even game coming up to 12 minutes here. Not much...
Yeah, well,
No.
the difference in CS in top lane and bottom lane is pretty much mirrored on both teams, with like a 20 CS lead going to Lulu over Jace, and a 20 CS lead going to Corki over Ezreal, although Ezreal has just closed that quite quickly, back up to 10. News just in, Scrub Phoenix loves the package. Get that trending, people.
So, Red Team's decided to collapse on this Vi. They know where she is, and
Ooh.
she gets out.
Some very nice Vi mechanics there going out, knowing that the Q would hit and the charm was most likely to come out, and then using the charged fist to go over the wall defensively. That was quite nicely done.
Yeah, Red Team, they really got a pick comp, so they really got to start making plays because Lee Sin doesn't scale that well, Thresh doesn't scale that well, so they really got to really push it here and try and snowball this game so they can force team fights, but nothing's really happening at the moment.
Yeah, it's interesting. We're at 13 minutes and no plays for Dragon. We've got like 2 wards down there. That's pretty much the stake of Dragon at this point. So they're obviously not looking to Dragon to be their win condition in this game. There was a lot more pressure around Dragon in the last game.
Exactly, so looks like they're just going to do standard play until someone's caught out. Lee Sin decides to test... Oh, what a nice, beautiful combo,
timing, but
and Lee
Annie
gets
happened to be
deleted.
there.
So that's what happens. When you Lee Sin and you Q someone, you're like, do I Q again? Do I
Ari
want to do
using
it?
her ultimate to get a kill there onto Vi.
Vi gets picked
Some
up.
very nice positioning.
So we got a nice trade there, and yeah, the Q syndrome from Lee Sin got him killed, and that was a bit unfortunate there, but that's what happens when you play Lee Sin. You
That's
think you can
right.
do it, but you can't.
Blind Hail Marys is the way you go. All right, so it looks like the bot lane is still receiving a ton of pressure.
They're going to take this tower for free now.
Yeah,
they're gonna
Essence
give
Flux
it.
was used defensively there to get a positioning advantage, but now they're gonna fall back. This tower's gonna go down.
Oh, Lulu testing her luck a little bit, and she might be able to turn this around if Jace misses a skill shot, but he doesn't, so Lulu forced to back off there.
Yeah, this is the first time tonight BotLaneOP have taken the gold lead. It's a slight one. It's only 1K, but it is BotLaneOP.
they want to force this game and win it, yeah, they'll definitely have to take every advantage they can get. Is Corki going to take red buff here? Yeah, they really want to push this mid-game push, and they're going to pressure Dragon at this point. Hopefully red team can take this Dragon, because I don't think they have any vision on it. Oh, they do have vision on it, so the teleports are down, and this is going to be a classic 4v4 if they can collapse.
Well, looks like they're going to burn down the Dragon fast enough.
Oh,
before anyone
right,
can
decides
react.
to go a bit
Beautiful!
early. Oh, Thresh gets
Oh, the
deleted.
Dragon goes down. Lee Sin manages to pick it up. Lee Sin's going to die for his trouble, though. Corki's going to get a double kill around the Dragon. Oh, Tails forced to flash out of there.
Props to Lee Sin for picking that Dragon up, but Corki just displaying his dominance with that nearly finished Triforce.
When you're a jungler, stay on target. That objective is what you're there for.
You have one job as a
one
jungler.
job, jungler.
You have one job.
You have about 50 jobs, but it's just...
Yeah, exactly, but one job if you want to do stuff. Goes
Iron
to
Sigma
all
taking
in.
so much damage from the Annie. Even the Abyssal Scepter not going
Saving
to
a
stop
lot.
that. Oh my goodness, Tipper's almost got it with the AoE damage there.
So Luden's Echo is still a very strong item at the moment, and it really pays off when you're playing on it with Annie. So lucky Ari decided to go Abyssal early.
Yeah, absolutely. If that magic resist wasn't there, then she'd be dead. That would definitely be a dead Ari. And there'd be nothing she could do about it. No counterplay to that whatsoever. The burst is too huge coming out of Annie. She's doing very well.
Yeah, if you're versing an Annie, my advice is take scaling HP seal so you can actually survive the burst if you don't want to build his Abyssal, that is.
Yeah, just the Ward Wars. We lose another flash
Annie
there. Oh, big damage coming in. Waldo the Lion being taken by
flashes
Vi.
out. Annie's in a bad spot at the moment. She doesn't have ultimate or anything.
She
and
needs her
gets shut down.
cooldowns. She doesn't do anything without
And
spells or
Jace is
stuns.
hanging around a bit too long. He should really back off here.
Well, Jace is able to poke from a fairly safe distance, but there's just too many members of Team Destiny in the area.
They
just
really
get
want
out
to
of
collapse on this. They're going
They
to... Oh,
really want that
Spellfeast
Jace
pays
down.
off. Oh, they take that poke. They might not
Oh.
tower dive this
there.
now.
Yeah, that's a deal breaker right there.
Oh,
They want
Corky's doing a sneaky around. He's thinking they could take this. Jace didn't recall. He might die here.
Yeah, that's they want it. Oh, nice minion maneuvering there, getting a ton of damage down there.
They
with
saw
that
Corky
Q.
and they're like, nah, don't want to do it. Not with Corky around. But
Yeah, but they still
Jace
have
is
the
still
numbers
hanging
advantage,
around. He
yes.
should really recall here at this point.
Yeah, they've got the pick potential, and Lulu's ultimate is down. So tower diving probably not the best way to go. And with the wave clear and poke capabilities of Jace and Corky combined, they're most likely not going to be able to get anything out of that. So recalling probably the safe action. Now I was saying before.
Oh wow, Leona gets caught out here. Knows that Corky was in the top lane, so he's got Iceborne Gauntlet. Leona should die here.
Gauntlet Ezreal.
Oh.
They're not going to secure that.
No,
They are deathly afraid of this Corky. Who
Leona
has
just a
finished
bit
his-
too tanky at the moment, I think, just for Ezreal, because Ezreal's behind. If he was a bit ahead and was even with Corky, they might have taken that. But it looks like they're going to collapse on the red team here.
No one picks on my support and gets away with it. They're
Ezreal's
gonna
like,
collapse.
I'll just go this way, and he's going to give the loopy-loop.
He
But
wants to give no one vision of him. He's going to try and trade 1-for-1, but it's not going to happen. Tails is too tanky.
and that's what happens.
Yeah, no, I just want to. I was trying to say before, but just too much action in this game is the Prodigium's Thresh here. He was up clearing a ward
Yeah.
in the Tri-Brush, and a Zenith Blade was a beautiful flanking maneuver from Corky and Leona. Leona's Zenith Blade would definitely have landed and definitely would have died, and he was forced to flash just due to his poor positioning. So that's going
teleport
to cost
coming
him
in.
a
They
huge
want to
amount.
collapse, but Thresh didn't land anything. So
that-
a wasted teleport there. Unless Dragon's coming up soon, there's not a timer on that, is there?
No, the timer isn't. I think it's part of the same bug that's causing the champions not to show up. They're going to get probably a bit of damage at this tower, but not a lot, because there is a lot of wave clearing this Corky.
So
So
the
maybe
poke's
one
going
or
to
two hits.
slowly, if they can't make a pick, then they're going to just get poked out later on
Exactly.
in the game. So hopefully,
A
Red
lot
Team.
of pressure on Ari and Thresh to really get the picks and make those
Well, they are the
opportunities.
champions to make the picks. They're really good at what they do. So
Yeah, but they are skill shots, and you got to land them. Otherwise, the composition's really not going to do anything, and their strengths are right now.
oh. So,
That's a lot of damage coming out of that Jace.
so Jace is only going to get stronger. Decides to pick up CDR boots instead of swiftness. I'm guessing he just wants to max CD and keep poking forever and ever.
That's it. Well, he's got a Mana Mune, and it's currently at 517 out of 750. So he's trying to charge that sucker up as fast as he can.
So it's just going to be a bit of a tug of war here in the mid lane. Ezreal's trying to farm down the bottom, trying to stack that tier again. Corki decides to go in.
That
At
is a
least
huge engage, and he's under the tower. The death sentence does hit. Lulu picks up a kill on the Corki. Lee Sin, Zaysuke going
the
in.
turnaround they were
Huge
waiting for.
amount of the shield and HP bar
Thresh
coming
gets
out
picked
there.
up here.
It's going to turn it around. Thresh is going to go down. But
Oh, red team better back
they
off
can't
here.
follow up on this, either team. That
And that's just a bit of Corki, a bit of confidence there, but
a little bit of
yeah,
overconfidence.
he tried to do a wild turtle and it didn't quite work out. He decided to go into the team for once and try to burst that Lee Sin, but the Lulu ultimate came in at the perfect time.
Yeah, it was
And,
very nicely done, Lulu ultimate. Hit the exact moment that would have.
That is probably
been a
the most aggressive Corki I've ever seen anywhere. Like, who goes into a 5-man under the tower and tries to burst a Lee Sin.
Yeah. Meanwhile, during all of that, Ezreal was making work on this bot lane, managed to take out that tower. So looks like Team Destiny are able to take back their gold lead. It's pretty close still here at the 20-minute mark. Much closer than it was at 20 minutes last game. So they're holding on, and all it took was really that one pick. And the one...
Oh, that Thunderlords and lucky she
shield
has her
coming
right.
out.
Oh, Corki might burst Lulu here if she doesn't back off. Oh, she gets out, barely lives.
Oh, so much damage coming down here onto multiple lives, Lulu.
That's what happens when you get Triforce, you know. Thunderlords, it's like an extra 300 damage. It's just a stupid amount. But Jace's going to pick up the tower here and then, you know, decrease that gold deficit gap.
Yeah,
So
with 300 gold difference between the two teams now, this is going to be where the game starts to take a turn, where we see who's going to be the clear leader. The next fight is going to dictate how the rest of the game is going to turn
so
out.
that Team Destiny's at the point where they've actually got the main items on Ezreal to make him really dangerous. Even though he's behind, he can safely do damage at a distance, and that's why Ezreal's such a powerful pick,
Yeah.
especially blue Ezreal.
That's right. No, they were able to cleanly get that dragon with no contest coming. They've hit the Lee Sin Q, but I don't think going in with the right call. They agree.
Yeah, they're going to land for a charm or a hook. Landing a Q is very dangerous in this situation. You could just CC it and just die on the tower. So
Yeah, its poke is not fantastic. Every little bit helps, but Corki and Jason.
Oh, Leona misses an ultimate, barely scaves one of the team members. Oh, Ari gets out. And,
wow, what
a
maneuvers there
charm.
from the Ari.
Oh my
able to use her
goodness.
ultimate
Vi-
position perfectly.
Vi goes two-hand.
Mexico picking up the kill on Vi, who just went too deep.
This is
Shut down
a
coming
fight.
out. Lee Sin is taken down
So
by
far,
Jace.
we got a 2-for-2 here, and blue team's going to disengage here and poke them out. So
Yeah, some huge damage coming down during this retreat. They want to try and poke this and then turn it around.
I think Ari's tempted to do a flash charm if once those minions clear.
Yeah,
so
her ultimate is down though. She used it to get Vi into that awkward position before. But they still have Corki and Jace up, so they can't afford to push the wave. And with Annie still up, they can't afford to overextend looking for a pick. So
Exactly. So that's the problem with a Vi comp, because if Vi went really deep there and she got punished for it, but when you play Vi, you just have to go ham. You know, you just got to press that R.
yeah, and that's also the risk, specifically when targeting an Ahri with any sort of gap closing skill, is that she can use her ultimate to put you where she wants you rather than where you want them. So it does kind of negate part of Vi's ultimate that way. Vi's ultimate will still hit, but not necessarily where you intended.
So Spell Thief is really a good item at the moment, especially on Lulu. Just all those slows all the time. The CD, can't really go wrong with this item. It did get nerfed, but it's a really useful pickup. Same with Rod of Ages, but
They're going to get a huge amount of damage on this tower. Very
they'll
little
just
wave
take
clear
it.
to defend it.
yeah, they're just going to take it. They're just going to give up mid tower.
Yeah, they're calling in for defense, but too little too late. Tower goes down pretty much for free just because of the positioning of Team Destiny.
Exactly. They're really trying to prioritize Ezreal farm at the moment. They really want to scale him because Corki just picked up a Void Staff, so it's a very risky buy. If it doesn't pay off, he does get punished in the late game, so hopefully...
He's 6-1-0 at this point, so they're really going all in on this Corki. Vi, however, is 0-6-6.
Yeah, but as long as she does her job, she does stay relevant.
That's
so
right. That's exactly it. So
it would be nice to have the damage, but as long as you CC them, that's the point. So
yeah, all it's going to take is one charm or one death sentence onto Corki, and that is pretty much going to eliminate most of the danger. coming out of this composition. I mean, Annie was doing an absolute ton of damage earlier.
Oh, it lands.
Oh, that just hits at the corner of that. A teleport comes in.
Die here.
Tails is out of position. Death Sentence comes down.
Oh,
they're going to use the Lulu
nice
ultimate.
3-man
3-man
ultimate
Timber
by
stun
Annie.
coming down. There's a huge amount of damage
We've got a
coming
2
down.
for
Destiny,
1.
you're able
They
to
have
turn
to
it around.
disengage here. And Ari's thinking about flash charming. Oh, she decides to
Lee
go
Sin
in real
hits.
late.
Ari uses her ultimate for the positioning to try and get in, but doesn't quite get another charm down.
So the 3-man Tibbers ultimate by Annie, well done there.
Yeah, it was very nicely spread, well timed. Oh, that shield's coming out to save the Lee Sin.
Vi decides
Oh,
to go
Vi
in.
goes all in. She wants that Ari dead, but she's in a precarious
they
position.
pay for it.
Ari kills the Vi. Once again, showing how that Ari can take control of the Vi ultimate once it's been started.
Exactly.
So they're not going to be able to take advantage of the kills they got
Oh.
earlier. Asako is a madman. Get out of there, you crazy
yeah.
Lee Sin.
They're really testing their
Oh,
Ari
the
gets
ward's
caught
going
out
to pick
here.
off Lion
Oh,
Sigma. He
close.
was going to turn.
Very close.
He was trying to turn that around. If he was going to go down, he's taking it.
So they back off here, and yeah, they get a 1k gold lead out of that mistake there by Vi. It's just a bit unfortunate that she decided to go in while they had exhaust, so
Yeah.
it's a bit unfortunate.
I think both teams are clutching their hearts while pressing their recall buttons at that time. Just such low health, such great opportunities, such great counterplay. That was an amazing team fight.
Yeah, it really was, and props goes to Annie once again, and yeah, Lulu timing her ultimate once again to save Thresh there in the team fight, so really well done there to both teams.
Yeah, well, I want to say that Annie stun is a fantastic initiation. The reason the fight didn't go more in their favor is really because the Jace and Corky aspects of the team are much more in the favor of a poke style situation. Looks like they're finally going to get that mid tower. Took several fights there. They're still only got a 2k gold lead at this point, but it's starting to turn. We've still not out by a long shot. As long as Corky can still lay this down, as long as Jace is still throwing out the poke, they're still very much in this game. Like a 1k gold difference is nothing at this point.
Yeah, I like to see the real synergy with Leona and Annie. If they can really combo together, it's really going to topple the team fight, and they're going to take it by miles. So
Absolutely. And it was really Ari's smart thinking and separating the Vi from the pack, using her ultimate, and just bursting her down. That really is what made that such an even fight. So very nice play from Ari's Iron Sigma.
there's a lot of fights happening
There's a
right
lot
now.
of fights happening all over the
They're
map.
going to back off here. Jace is really chasing down this Lulu, but he's...
It's interesting to see them fighting at this point, because that tower did go down, so Destiny don't really have much to gain from fighting there. The Dragon's not there. The best they'd be doing is defending their tower, and there are better ways to do that. So time to disengage. But funnily enough, it was actually BotLaneOP that fell back. So, Death Sentence hits onto Tails, but there's no one to follow up. I think he's just kind of throwing out his hook saying, I know you're...
Yeah.
Oh, the flash tippers on Asako! The burst coming down, he's able to use his W to
the
get out there.
shutdown on Lee
Shutdown
Sin.
coming through on Lee Sin. They're going
And that's how you play Annie, ladies and
That's
gentlemen. You just flash and press R and do your stuff.
Oh, the charm hits at max range, but you do not want to go in 1v3 there. I can't believe Waldo Lime, after that damage burst that he took at the start of that fight before the camera changed over, he was actually able to sustain his shield, HP, and kiting against
Yeah,
the
Rod of
Jace.
Ages is really paying off for him. It's a really good item. At least it survived the Jace, and they pick up the Dragon there.
Yeah, that's devastating for Team Destiny because they had 2 dragons at this point, and it's getting close. It's 28 minutes into the game. So that 3rd dragon being denied to them is going to set them back quite a lot of minutes of a 5-dragon victory and all those bonus stats that it gives.
It looks like they're going to group here in the mid lane, and they're going to test the waters here.
They don't have Jace. Ezreal's ultimate is down, so he's not going to be able to ult into this fight. So it looks like they're going to try and focus on clearing. Now, Ari has enough AP now that her minion wave clear is quite impressive. So the advantage of wave clear is not so much in BotLaneOP's favor as it was earlier.
Yeah, I'm surprised Ari hasn't picked up Luden's Echo. It's like a must buy on Ari. Movement speed and the proc. And it looks like they're going to start this Baron.
No,
got no vision
down on there. They saw the recalls. They're doing a lot of damage to it.
They're going to
I
pick
don't
this
think
up
they've
for
got
free.
any idea.
They just started pinging the Baron, but I think it's too late.
Everyone's missing. We should probably check this out. It's only got 2,000 HP. It's going to go down before anyone gets to the scene. A Baron taken completely free. just based on a couple of recall animations that they had vision on. Very nicely done by Team Destiny.
That's what happens when you recall in front of the enemy. They just started Baron and they paid for it. So
Yeah, well, they've displayed the fact that they have the buff now. They know the timer.
oh, Ari testing the waters.
Ooh.
Oh, she
Oh,
got hit,
just gets
and
the end of that.
you may have your ultimate as Ari, but if you do get CC'd, you do get
That's
CC'd.
right. You can't move when you're stunned.
So such a wasted Baron there, but they still have 4 more, so...
Yeah, that's right. I don't think that's going to set them back too much, although it was an easily avoidable situation.
If
She
had
should have
Luden-
gotten out of there much earlier than she did.
Exactly. Luden's Echo would have gave her that extra 8% movement speed, so it might have made a
Loving your
difference.
Luden's Echo.
So they've
Ooh,
pushed
Lee
a
Sin,
bit.
very aggressive. Lots of pings in the middle, like, fall back in the mid lane, Vi, you crazy person. I don't know who's actually pinging that, but Vi's just in the mid lane for some reason. And there's a lot of pinging attention about it. Looks like blue team, the bot lane OP are doing a very good job of keeping up the pressure in all of the lanes. They get one lane pushing, move to another, focus it as a group, and kind of force Team Destiny to respond to the minion waves. Very clever manipulation of the waves there.
Exactly. They have Baron, and they should really be pressuring a bit more, but the blue team's comp of poke will punish them over time. But they should really be pushing this advantage. This is a chance to come back and do some damage, but...
A lot of pings coming down for that bot lane. I wonder what they're worried about the impending crash of this gigantic minion wave.
I think they're pinging because they want Ezreal to farm more, so...
Yeah, far more Ezreal. Well, he'll be able to ult into this fight, but I was actually expecting him to actually ult the minion wave. It's nice and lined up there. It could cut across that, and that would pretty much stop that push hands down. They've got the Baron buff, but they're not really capitalizing on it. It was a brilliant play to get it, but the follow-up is just not there.
They have the gold lead. They're really scared of that Annie because she's made play after play. She's making the difference here, and they're really making this team question if they should really maybe be making picks if they
this
don't.
is very dangerous. Ari is showing at this massive minion wave in the bot lane. She's going to get a ton of farm, but it's really going to be an opportunity for bot lane OP to take advantage of the fact that she's not with the rest of the team. They could push right up however they want right now. Looks like they're going to rotate to the Baron area. It looks like they have a little bit of vision there. They're going to try and get a numbers advantage over the people that are a little bit out of position. Jace is going to try and hit this minion wave before it crashes. Everyone else is just going to fall back.
Lulu decides to hang around.
Oh, that
And-
Q just barely missed.
So that was a chance. Annie was collapsing. I don't know why Vi didn't follow. That might have been a kill there. But,
Oh no, Integra's HP bars
Oh, the
disappearing. The
Zhonya's is
Zonks
there.
comes out.
This is a
Lulu
very messy
ultimate.
team fight.
Oh, we've got Corki and Annie both go down. This is
wow,
huge. This is
wow.
absolutely huge. Without that burst,
Corki
and
Valkyried in. And
Yeah.
I don't know why.
that's a lot of damage coming out of Jace, but they're going to have the Baron buff still. It's worn out. Never mind. It's damn it, the timing on that was so poor.
So the Baron buff did lead to this this gold comeback. So now they're going to have a commanding lead of probably 5k at this point.
Yeah, they could probably get 2 towers out of this.
Down
with
for
the death
20
timers.
seconds. This is definitely going to be a tower inhib if they want to push it, but they should really be
nice.
attacking
The
this
minions
tower.
blocked that
Oh,
shockwave.
Jace
Oh, the
gets
Jace has
hooked.
been hooked. It's going to be a huge amount of... Oh, Vi comes across,
Oh,
doing
no,
an
it's-
access
oh,
across
four-man
there. Huge
ultimate.
amount of damage coming down. Annie hit him with a
They
huge...
don't have the
thing.
damage to follow up. They might get
Eddie.
they might get turned on here.
Leo
Vi
might
goes
hit him.
down. Jace will go down as well.
Oh, no, and just going to be another death
Oh,
sentence.
Jace
Steal
decides
it.
to go
Oh, he
back
goes
in.
back in. He's
Oh,
got
Corki
pretty
might
much
pick
the
up
tower
the
shut
double kill.
down. Lulu coming back and shutting down Jace. It's all gone wrong. Oh, looks like Corki's going to get another
Oh, they're
kill
on
there.
so little HP.
Oh, they're sending out the spooky ghost to cover their
Can they,
escape.
they have a chance to cut them off if they can, but I don't know. Lulu's a bit too quick, but they might be able to get Ari if they rotate quick enough.
Oh, some beautiful fighting under the tower there. That Jace just all in, where we thought he was just gone, but was able to knock Thresh in such a way that he
Oh,
took
wow,
an
they're going to
extra
get picked
tower
up
hit.
here. That's a kill for
Oh,
Corki.
Corki's mobility is crazy. He's going to catch up. Waldo's probably going to get out, but they're probably going to be able to get a tower out of that. They've got plenty of health on Corki.
Because the opponent's there doesn't mean you have to charm and CC them. You should be always trying to escape. I know you want to land it, but you got to escape sometimes.
Yeah, look at this. He's going to blow up this entire minion wave. There's no one to defend. Oh, they're throwing out the Ezreal ult. That's going to cut the HP
They've stayed a
bars down.
bit too long. Lee Sin might be able to catch one out. Oh, the Q
Oh, some-
misses.
Oh,
Corki might be the
wow.
sacrificial lamb here.
Corki's no lamb.
Oh, decides-
Flashes over the wall.
Oh, it gets
the
Q.
Q hits! Takes down Corki. A
Lee Sin
blow
is hungry. Lee Sin is
He's
hungry.
so hungry for this.
I don't know what that cue
He's
was, but he's going
blind.
to
He
keep
doesn't
chasing.
know where he's throwing these things.
And he gets out, but Lee Sin still gives chase. Oh, the cue just missed again.
Oh wow,
Oh.
just such timing on this, just overstaying their welcome on both sides of the team.
My goodness
These
gracious.
cues are just going everywhere.
Oh, Annie decides to overstay a little
Oh,
bit.
this is
Might get
dangerous,
punched for it.
Thresh. Even if you
Ooh,
hit that
gets
death
pulled in.
sentence, there's no
Thresh
one there.
wants to
Are you going to be able to
1v1?
1v1 the mid laner?
Starting to regret that IE build that he didn't do earlier, but very, very well played there by Lee Sin. Landing that Q, making those plays. Really well done.
Meanwhile, Lulu 3-0-12 and was split pushing after all that action. Took down another tower.
Ooh,
so
gets
it's going to
taunted
be
for
4K
2
gold lead.
seconds. And
That's
that's
going to be
a deadly owner.
That's good. It's 4v1. No one's coming to your
You may be
rescue.
a tank, but you cannot tank a
Yeah,
charm.
you're not Alistar. There we go. They're going to get 3 dragons out of this, and you've got to think they're going to move straight up to the Baron pit and secure this before.
They really have turned the tables here. Even though Corky and Jace have poke, they haven't attempted to steal a dragon yet. So
No. The only dragon they got was just a. They just went there and straight took it.
No,
Now Baron will be up again very soon. We don't have the timers appearing on the screen. Do you have yours?
no, that's not. I think
Must be a problem with spectator mode or something. Do you? Yeah, no, it's no. Apparently, no one has access to that information. But yeah, it's going to be up fairly soon. They've already got some vision there, but they want to get some much more aggressive vision down there because all it's going to take is a little bit of poke, and that Baron fight is going to go very terribly for them. So they need to get deep vision against this bot lane OP.
Yeah, exactly. And Ezreal deciding to go for the QSS. Looks like we have a 1v1 here.
Oh,
The
I
Rod
don't
of
think
Ages
it's
is
gonna
going
be
to
a 1v1
pay
for
off.
long. We've
And
got a
he decides to
rotation
walk
from
in.
Annie, Ari, and
Oh, the Ezreal comes in. This might be a double kill for Ezreal.
Two-shot barrage leading to a double kill for Ezreal. Huge amounts of damage. The Baron has just respawned. They've got a minion wave. Whether or not they're going to push for this tower, yeah, it looks like they're going to be. It looks like Lee Sin's going to be pushing up the mid lane at the same time. Vi's not going to be able to defend against that. A teleport coming
flash
in
hook, but he
to
misses.
protect that
Lily
minion.
decides to telly in. Oh, they wanted
The
to do
turret
something.
goes down. They've got a
They
commanding
really
lead now.
want to take this game. They want to take it
9K
right now.
gold lead at 36 minutes, and they still have the pushing advantage. They do not want to risk being aced here, though. If they get aced here, they're going to lose the Baron.
Oh, Vi
and-
decides to go in. I don't know why.
Vi's been charmed.
Oh, my
Ken
goodness.
comes in,
Oh,
picks
what
up
a
the kill
hook
on
by
Vi.
Thresh. We have a mad life play. This is
2 kills,
amazing.
there's bloodbath going on, and
I do
Annie's
not
coming out.
believe what I
That's
just
Team
saw.
Destiny going 5 for 1 there.
Lee Sin.
Oh, shut down!
Blind man gets shut down by the tower.
I
That's
was
okay.
wondering what that weird sensation was. He was walking away
That's
from it.
fine. Maybe it felt like a massage and then it killed him.
It's a very, very aggressive massage. But they've got
Oh, they're
the,
deciding to hang around.
oh,
Ezreal
the
gets
burst
out.
damage from Annie is insane.
Oh,
Look,
no. Oh, decides to get charmed. Oh, he didn't even get charmed. Just straight up bursted in with damage.
Yeah, they really want this inhibitor. The inhibitor will solve any kind of problem they have closing out this game. I think this is going to be a 2-0.
Exactly. Like, as I said at the start of the game, if they could scale, they will actually beat this team.
Yeah.
It's a bit unfortunate they let Ezreal scale really well. He's at 4 items. He's probably going to belt at Bloodthirster, and Lulu with the Rod of Ages, Void Staff. Those shields will be blocking 5 to 1,000 damage later on. So
These power spikes pretty impressive. Looks like Lee Sin's about to respawn at about the same time that Lulu will be recalling. They're all going to head to the Baron pit for their final fight.
they could actually rush this Baron. Red team do have 1 ward there, but it's not quite covering the entire Baron pit.
Yeah, all it's going
Or
to
they
take.
gave it away with that ward. They might actually collapse on them.
Yeah, they can afford to stick around. However, Ari's off doing blue buff, and Lee Sin just chilling, taking out some jungle creeps just because that's what he does. But that could have been a huge misplay coming out of Team Destiny. Could have thrown away their lead right there. Although it's 10K at this point.
Looks
getting
like
close to the
they're
40
pinging
minute
the
mark.
Baron. They really want to take it right now. There's vision with blue team on the Baron, but Yeah, it's going to be an exciting ending now.
Yeah, well, I don't think that they're going to be able to poke this out.
Oh, they're baiting it. Like you said before, they're baiting the Baron.
Yeah, they want to draw this out. Oh, they're coming in behind them. Is that they're going to charm over the wall? Oh, the True Shot Barrage only hits down onto Vi. They're coming around. They've got 3 versus 2 here. Yeah, we've got Iron Sigma coming in at the last second, getting a charm down onto
Oh,
the
what a
support.
hook.
We've got a kill down onto Vi. Tails is out of position. Everyone else is
Super
falling
Zero.
back. They're going for the Baron. They're pinging for the Baron. Some people are pinging for the base.
They're thinking about it, but they want to win the game. What do they want to do?
Win the game. You've got the super minions right there. Do not engage
Oh, he
the
decides
enemy.
to flash the ultimate.
Oh, the
Sonya's-
Sonya's is
it's
not
a bit
going to
too
save
late.
you.
Oh,
Oh, some nice
Bad luck.
mechanics coming out of Iron Sigma
nice
there.
flash there by Ari to dodge the Tibbers ultimate. That would have been her death, but very nice play there by Ari. Looks like they're going to really push this, and they really want to win. The death timers are really long. Hopefully they can push down this
Well,
other
that tower's
inhibitor.
already gone. They want to secure this second inhibitor. That will pretty much guarantee their victory here. They've got super minions already whacking on the towers.
that
True Shot
True Shot
Barrage took
Barrage.
so much damage on this Corki here. The damage on the towers, it's just eradicating them. The health bars are just vanishing. There's not going to be any comeback from this. They're going to try and all in, but it's going to be all for naught. Maybe just pad
they're
the
just
kill
trying to kill
scores.
for fun now. Corky's really pushing.
Oh,
Ari's forced the Zonyas.
the-
Oh, he gets 1 kill.
There's death and
Oh,
destruction
bad luck
everywhere,
there.
but minions are attacking the Nexus. I don't think
This
this
is
fight
very
even needs to
messy.
happen. I think the
Vine
minions will win
decides
the
to
game.
alter support, but it pays off
It's
by
going
looks
to
of
be
it.
a
And a
double
down.
kill to Jace, but Minions take game 2. That is a 2-0 sweep to Team Destiny. They go through to the grand final.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get a round of applause for Team Destiny, the winners. Some good sportsmanship there, shaking the hands of the other players. And a round of applause for BotLaneOP, everyone. They put up a good fight. Guys, that was up until a point then. Both games were pretty much anyone. So, yeah, very well played by both teams. So that's it, guys, for tonight. Destiny taking it 2-0 tonight. They go through.